Speaking about persistent, we now have the company's CFO, Vinit Teredesai, to discuss their Q3 numbers. Let's get straight away to the new billion-dollar revenue aspiration by FY31 that you have set. Can you share the blueprint to achieve this particular goal?
See, when 5 years back, when Sandeep joined, initially, the company had set up a target of $1 billion. We achieved that in 2023. Then we set up a target of $2 billion to be reached by FY27. If you look at it, looks to be pretty much on track. But as we get ready, we have to start thinking about how can we make this even more better and set our new target for $5 billion by FY31. And there are multiple pillars on it. So if you look at our verticals now, all the verticals are on a run rate of $100 million per quarter. So typically, if you sort of annualize them, they are $400 million. All of these verticals have a potential to grow up to $1 billion. Now, if you look within those verticals, there are sub-verticals. Taking an example of healthcare and life sciences, we have scientific instruments, medical devices, clinical research, diagnostic services, pharmaceutical companies, payers. If you look at the banking financial services, you have banking financial insurance put together. So within this, there are sub-verticals. So basically, we believe that as we focus now, these sub-verticals itself have a potential to grow and become like a quarter billion dollar sort of a sub-verticals itself. So that's our first strategy that we are trying to work on. The second one, obviously, is the Gen AI part of it. This is going to be a wave. If you look at in the past, some of our bigger peers, they got an advantage of a significant growth during certain waves. Initially, you can call it the Y2K, then the offshoring, then the digital wave. All these put together in that wave, the companies who had that unique advantage have been able to take an advantage of it and able to consolidate and grow that. So we do believe Gen AI potential could probably be our that way for Persistent to get into that fast growth phase. So that's the second part of it. The third part, it's going to be a completely non-linearity of revenue that can come in as Gen AI takes the main stage. We will get into more of outcome-based pricing, success-based pricing, license-based pricing. So multiple new models will come out over a period of time, and that can give an exponential growth in terms of revenue, and that can help us in terms of getting to that target. And last not the least, obviously, as you go on this journey, there will be certain capability-based tuck-in acquisitions you may do. For us, North America is the biggest market. Europe, if we get something good in terms of which can allow us to expand our current market share from 8-9% to around 12-15% by that time, that can be another good opportunity for us. So these are multiple sort of foundation layers. Obviously, we have to do a lot of work on it, but this is at least from a thinking perspective, mindset perspective, these are the pillars on which we have come to that 5 billion sort of a target by FY31.
Got that. Now, when revenues hit $5 billion in terms of an annual run rate, the operating leverage will be massive. Plus, we're talking about generative AI, outcome-driven pricing. What can margins look like? What is the potential for margin expansion?
So again, margin today, if you look at it, we are right now at 14.9. We are anticipating that we'll end the full year at 14.5. Our aspiration is to get 200 to 300 basis point improvement by FY27. So our hope is if the AI-led revolution helps us in terms of getting that growth, you'll see the revenue per employee significantly going up, but the cost per employee not necessarily growing up. As a result of that, you will see the margins expansion. At this point of time, it will be too early to call it out where that will be, but definitely it should be better than what our 16 to 17% FY27 target is. So that's where we'll land at.
Okay, let's get to the near term, right? How is Q4 shaping up? Can it be as good as Q3? And what about FY26? A lot of companies have expressed confidence that FY26 can be better than FY25. Where do you stand?
So, see, again, at this point of time, all our three verticals have started now firing. Our high-tech vertical, which was a little bit of a laggard, that has also sort of shown growth both on quarter-on-quarter as well as year-on-year. Healthcare has been doing extremely well for us. Banking financial services vertical has also started growing consistently for the last 2 quarters. Again, look at it. We have grown sequentially for 19 quarters. There was a period of post-COVID whereby everybody grew. We did well at that point of time. Last 2 years have been a period of uncertainty. Still, we have grown significantly in this period of time. So at this point of time, looking at what we have done in the last 3 quarters, looking at our order book position at this point of time, we are pretty much confident that the Q4 will be pretty good. I don't want to name, we don't give any forward-looking guidance, but it should be good and pretty much on the same lines as what you are seeing. The momentum should continue. On margins, we had said we'll get to 14.5 in FY25. So 14% was H1. We have come to 14.9. We should do somewhere in the 15% plus to get to that 14.5. And that's what, at this point of time, our confidence tells. Now, as you get into FY26, see, there are a lot of new equations changing. At this point of time, the order book is giving us a comfort that we should be able to grow pretty much on the same lines. That's what the aspiration, at least with our initial planning exercise. We just concluded our what we call as an annual exercise, what is called as a huddle, whereby we get 400 people across the board, lay down the foundation about what your short-term future looks like and what is the plan for FY26. The initial numbers are at least very encouraging. Now we have to go through a filtering exercise and see where we want to land. But I'm pretty much confident. Obviously, there are certain external headwinds which nobody knows. And as they come, we'll see what needs to be done about that.
Okay. And how much will generative AI contribute to your $5 billion goal? Can we put some numbers to it? What are the sizes of the generative AI deals? What percentage of your deal wins are linked to generative AI now? And more importantly, are customers asking you to pass on the productivity benefits linked to generative AI?
So see, generative AI has become like a hygiene factor now. In every deal that we go to a customer, basically what is the unique factor that is allowing us to sort of, win the deals or making us differentiated from the other players is going to be your Gen AI solution. So our SASVA platform that we have put in is one of the very unique one in a very advanced stage. If you look at one of the large hyperscaler who was in CEO who was in India, he did out of the many AI solutions every company has, he called out Persistence Contract Assist AI solution, and which has been collaborated with their AI platform, and we have been able to now take it to the customer. So today, if you look at it, it's a basic hygiene factor. Everybody is looking at efficiency, and that's the winning factor. I don't think so at this point of time, the customer is looking at to say how much of this benefit and you can pass on to me. The customer is more interested in saying, if I'm spending $100 today, can you do it at $80? And that itself is an indirect benefit that is getting passed on to us. How quickly can you do it is the premium that you get on it. Eventually, everybody will catch up and we'll see. But as our belief is, today it's an efficiency phase. Once the market sort of improves, it will be on the shift will happen in terms of saying how fast can you take my how fast can you take my market strategy, and that's where the second wave will start, and people will be right now interested in grabbing the market share rather than looking at the productivity benefits coming onto them.
Thank you very much for that, Vinit. What a mover Persistent Systems has been over the last couple of years. Best performing IT stock. Get into a break. On the other side, we'll discuss market fundamentals. Varun Lochab from HDFC Securities joins us next.